Long ago, in a land far away, lived a woman named Manoah and her husband. They wished for a child, but Manoah's wife was unable to have children. One day, an angel appeared to Manoah's wife with a wonderful promise. The angel told her that she would have a son. This son would be special. He would be set apart for God, a Nazirite from birth. The angel explained the Nazirite vow. The child would never drink wine or cut his hair. These rules would show his dedication to God. Manoah and his wife were amazed. They thanked God for this incredible blessing. Soon their son Samson was born, just as the angel had promised. Samson grew strong and healthy. God blessed him with incredible physical power. This power, however, came with a condition. Samson had to keep his Nazirite vow. His uncut hair was a visible symbol of his commitment to God, and the source of his extraordinary strength. As Samson grew older, he felt drawn to the Philistines, the enemies of the Israelites. The Philistines worshipped false gods and were cruel to the Israelites. God planned to use Samson's attraction to the Philistines to begin delivering the Israelites from their enemies. Manoah and his wife tried to guide Samson, reminding him of his vow and God's purpose for his life. One day, Samson saw a beautiful Philistine woman. He was captivated by her beauty and decided to marry her. This decision worried Samson's parents. They knew that God had chosen Samson for a special purpose, and feared that marrying a Philistine woman would lead him away from God. Samson, however, was determined to marry her. He believed that he could handle the situation and that his love for her wouldn't interfere with his devotion to God. During the wedding feast, Samson, confident and playful, decided to test his new Philistine in-laws with a riddle. Out of the eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet, he challenged. The riddle, based on his encounter with a lion and a honeycomb, symbolized his strength and the sweetness of his love for his new bride. The Philistines, unable to solve the riddle, resorted to threatening Samson's wife. They pressured her to get the answer from him. Afraid and torn between her husband and her people, she gave in. She coaxed the answer from Samson and revealed it to her people. Samson, enraged by their deceit and his wife's betrayal, felt the heat of anger rise within him. He knew they had cheated. Driven by fury, Samson went down to Ashkelon, a Philistine city, and killed 30 Philistine men. He took their clothes and gave them to those who had solved his riddle. His heart ached with betrayal, but his actions were driven by anger and a sense of justice. Samson's anger, however, didn't solve the problem. It only deepened the conflict between him and the Philistines. His thirst for revenge was just beginning. News of Samson's actions spread like wildfire. The Philistines were enraged by the death of their men. They sought revenge, burning down Samson's wife and her father's house. Now the conflict had escalated, fueled by revenge and hatred. Samson, consumed by a desire for vengeance, devised a plan as cunning as it was destructive. He caught 300 foxes and tied burning torches to their tails. Then he released them into the Philistines' fields. The foxes, driven by fear and instinct, raced through the fields, setting fire to the standing grain, the vineyards, and the olive groves. The Philistines' livelihoods went up in flames, a testament to Samson's rage and power. The Philistines, their crops and livelihoods destroyed, were desperate to stop Samson. They heard whispers of a woman named Delilah, a woman known for her beauty and charm. The Philistine rulers approached Delilah, offering her a fortune if she could uncover the secret of Samson's incredible strength. Little did Samson know that his greatest challenge was not a physical battle, but a whisper in the ear of a seductress. Delilah, motivated by greed and the promise of wealth, agreed to help the Philistines. She used her charm and cunning to get close to Samson. Night after night she would ask him, "What is the secret of your strength?" Samson, blinded by his infatuation, initially resisted her inquiries. He offered her false explanations, hoping to appease her curiosity without revealing his true vulnerability. Finally, worn down by Delilah's persistence and his own desire to please her, Samson revealed the truth. His strength lay in his uncut hair, a symbol of his Nazirite vow to God. With the secret revealed, Delilah betrayed Samson. As he slept, she had his hair shaved off. When he woke, he felt weak, his strength gone. The Philistines captured him, blinded him, and forced him to work as a grinder in their prison. Months passed, and Samson's hair slowly grew back. His physical strength returned, but more importantly, his heart turned back to God. One day the Philistines gathered in their temple for a festival honoring their god Dagon. They brought Samson out to entertain them, mocking him and celebrating his defeat. But they had underestimated Samson's God. Standing in the crowded temple, Samson prayed for strength one last time. He pushed against the pillars holding up the temple with all his might. The temple collapsed, killing Samson and thousands of Philistines. In his death, Samson fulfilled his destiny, delivering his people from oppression. Samson's story is a powerful reminder that even in our failures, God can still use us for his glory. It teaches us about the importance of obedience, the consequences of sin, and the boundless love and forgiveness of God. Samson's life, though tragically flawed, ultimately served God's purpose. He stands as a testament to God's power to work through even the most unlikely heroes.